Hey Internet, in today's video we are going to be pouring a mold for a skull in a small flower pot. So we've got our bucket and we've got our shape that we're going to mold cast. We're going to adhere it to this surface here. I am using a retired cookie sheet here for the mold casting because I want to be able to break the hot glue that's going to be holding up our piece. And so essentially we've got the one glue side hot glue. We're going to fill the bottom of our bucket. Now if you want to be extra technical and fancy, you can fill just to the point that measures between your bottom of your bucket and whatever you're going to be making a mold for, because then once this first layer is mixed and poured in and set, we will be able to have the, in this case, skull set on top of that first piece of poured rubber, and then that hot glue piece that we had will stabilize it and keep it level, so that way it doesn't float or tilt or move or take strange shapes or anything like that. And we're going to be pouring the first layer and the last layer in the blue rubber, and the layers in between in the semi-clear rubber, so that when we're doing tiny dioramas and things inside of the skull shape, you'll be able to tell the first fill line is to make sure nothing's sticking out of your art piece, and then the clear, that light can pass through some of the clearer rubber so that you can tell at various points when you need to set that plastic while you're pouring for suspension pours, if you're going to have things that, quote, look like they're flying or floating in your art piece. So the other function of this mold is we're also going to be making, in addition to the little dioramas that are in the skull shape, we're going to be making mostly hollow plastic skulls that can be painted like sugar skulls, only with the thermoset plastic. And then we've got just the last part of this blue mold, and then we'll break out the skull and we'll have our new mold casting mold. So make sure to put in the comments if you have specific dioramas you want to see us pour into the skull mold, or project ideas. And if you are interested in mold casting in general, we have lots of videos where we've mold casted smaller things. There is the throwback to that. We had our one chest left over. So I'm actually sacrificing the flower pot here. It is just a cheap plastic one, so you may need to do that after you have the mold. Be careful that you don't cut into the rubber, otherwise every time you mold cast it will become more fragile and harder. So you want to very gingerly remove the thing that you mold casted, and you'll end up here with the new mold that will pour skulls. So thank you so much for joining us. We will see you guys in the next video. Thanks, Internet.